around 1991, I bought a thatched cottage in Ireland, sort of on a whim. And that became my studio for 9 years, my summer studio, and then when I was lucky enough to get over there at Christmas. And I really fell in love with the landscape there, and the sense of melancholy and the connection to history, really to ancient history. So I traveled throughout Ireland and the British Isles, really on almost a pilgrimage to these sites, to the ancient sites like Stonehenge. And when I returned to Ireland, I just realized I was so sick of green and gray. I felt a real need to bring color and different type of imagery back into my work. I began by just drawing again. And I was drawing in my studio, and my 10-year-old neighbor, Irish neighbor, came over, and he tried to copy a drawing of a bull that I had done. And when he left, his drawing seemed to have so much more life than the painting that I had had of a bull that I had done in the drawing that he had tried to copy. So I just took some bright blue paint and painted over the landscape image that the bull was set in, and then I superimposed his bull on top of mine. And that just like opened up this whole new world for me in terms of image making, because I had always worked strictly realistic at that point. Everything had to be a real believable space. When I allowed myself to finally move away from realism, I began by using images that I had collected over the years in my travels, and they were images based on sort of this combination of somewhat pagan imagery and that had been recontextualized and adapted by the Christian world that I found very interesting. The painting Teal Dance, which has two cockatiels moving around this rich cobalt blue space, bordered by two medieval carved stones. It really is about the illusion of space in that two-dimensional plane. The drawing really is a good example of my working process. I take a lot of digital images and then print them out. Sometimes I'll collage them onto watercolor paper and then edit out everything that I feel is superfluous, I don't need. I'm doing a new series inspired by Dante's Divine Comedy. I'm thinking about passages through the church, which is the Romanesque arch for me is symbolic of the church. And then the peacock, the large bird, can be something that's very alluring, but it can also be something that's very threatening. In the dense beauty of the wildness of a tropical scene. It's very beautiful, but it's also very threatening. It's full of snakes and bugs and scorpions, or whatever is in a tropical jungle. In each of these, with the birds or with the animals, in some way they're connected also to my personal life. The birds are representative of certain people in my life. Their positions are symbolic of what's going on in relationships.